Imagine having a YouTube channel with no name, no profile picture. It cannot be searched on YouTube as it doesn't have a searchable name. How exactly would your videos even be promoted? If you ask me, it seems a tiny bit impossible. But there is one very important function within YouTube that makes exactly that possible. The YouTube recommended page. It's infamous for giving you suggestions on what to watch, kickstarting small channels that consist of weird memes or experiments on the algorithm itself, and for spoiling Attack on Titan the final season for me. Some channels also try to combine some of the things you see on here. One specific kind of channel that is making actual content that could ensure their future on this platform, but also have hints on an experiment that is being conducted on the recommended page itself. One example of such channels would be the Nameless ones. These Nameless channels are all over the platform. They are both famous and unknown at the same time. Very specific channels also get shoutouts from some of the bigger content creators on this platform, and they definitely deserve something like that.
It's gone so deep, right, that recently I was recommended a video. The video had no title, and the channel had no title. So the only way people would have got this is through recommendations. And the video has like 2 million views. And then I click on it, right? And then everyone's like, welcome to the cult.
They often make above average content in the sense of the music from that one channel that I am subscribed to definitely sounds better than the average YouTube music. I'd even go as far as to say, it sounds good. Okay, I like the music. Is that what you wanted to hear? Is that it? Shut the fuck up. But this isn't supposed to be a channel review. After all, since these channels are not searchable, I have to rely on the ones that ended up in my recommended section, which are these three. Hey wait, I've seen these icons before. The first channel is a music channel, a good music channel. The second is it's definitely a channel, but that's as much as I can tell. And then we have the third one. It's a cover channel of the first one. So as you can see, when it comes to channels, I'm very limited. So now I'm explaining on how these channels actually work. As far as anyone who ever made a YouTube channel can tell, you can't actually leave the channel name empty. So how exactly did they do that? Short answer, they didn't. Long answer, you maybe wanna grab a drink or some snacks because that might take a while. Let's first talk about how YouTube pages work. Everything you see on YouTube, be it a channel page, a video or the home page, every time you load a page, the template is already laid out beforehand. Then, depending on what channel or what video you currently are on, which is determined by the arguments in the URL, the contents are loaded in. This means no matter what channel or what video or whatever you are on, there is always a name and it is always at the same place. We also established before that you cannot have no name on your channel, so this allows us to find out what they used for a name. And when you look it up, you can see that there are multiple options for a name that isn't displayed, but they all have the same thing in common, that it is a non-printing character. Non-printing characters are a bit weird to explain. They are a character whose purpose is to not exist. So when you type it in, it's displayed as nothing. It's a character that doesn't have any value. It contains nothing, it symbolizes nothing, its purpose is nothing. Its existence doesn't have a reason. Why does it exist? Why do you exist? Now, because different browsers are handling these characters differently, it depends on your browser if you can actually see the name in the HTML inspector. As in Chromium-based browsers, it shows you the HTML code for it, while in Firefox it shows you a red dot, indicating that it is a character that it doesn't know of, thus not displaying it. From the few channels that I was able to use for researching purposes for this video, I was able to find 2 different characters that were used instead of a name. One of them is the Hangul filler, which is used in Hangul, also known as Korean. I don't quite know why this character is a part of the Korean alphabet. The Wikipedia page only mentions its existence. But my best guess is that it's used to create the letters of the alphabet itself, as it seems like the digital version of the Korean alphabet consists of different symbols being layered on top of each other. For that to be achieved, they likely made use of this character, but that is only my best guess. If you know that I am incorrect, feel free to let me know in the comments. I might even pin your comment. Fun fact, this is actually a character that is valid for searches. So if you go to any Unicode symbol database, you can copy it and enter it into the YouTube search. Then you can scroll through the weird search results for which the uploader has decided to not give a title to. The second character I found to be used is a zero width non-joiner. Now for this one, Wikipedia actually does have an answer. If the zero width non-joiner is placed between 2 letters, the word is split in 2. There is no gap displayed between the 2 parts of the word, but they are treated as 2 different words by your computer. It is used in languages like German, of which I actually know a thing or two about. In German there are an abundance of words that are just glued together to create new words. So when the digital typography of such languages were created, the people responsible for such languages just said, "Fuck it, this shit is so unnecessary. They just use the same words over and over again. Fuck this shit, I'm gonna make use of the things called syllables. Stop whining and get the fuck back to work." My fucking god. I can't even fucking... Actually, English has examples for that as well, but they aren't as funny when you think about it as German. Also, I just wanted to flex my bilinguality. This character, however, cannot be searched on YouTube, so you will have to rely on the algorithm to recommend you one of these videos. However, in the DuckDuckGo search, you also get no results, but because it realizes you're using a zero width non-joiner, it shows you the corresponding Wikipedia page in case you want to get a bit smarter. So it really depends on the search engine and how it handles this specific character. But hey, now we know that truly only your content matters if you want to make it big on YouTube. That is, if the YouTube algorithm decides to help you a bit with the promotional part, of course. But if your content is really high quality and you start getting bigger on the platform and other people start shouting you out because of how good your content is, you will start to grow as a Nameless channel, and one day you will also be able to collect your Nameless play button. The video is over, go home.